Tonight, Miami is the center of the MMA universe. 8 athletes from around the world will battle to be the Copa Combate champion. All the hours of training, the pain of this year's battles, and the dreams of all these men will be put to the test. Who will win the $100,000 prize? Which country will celebrate their fighter's victory? And who will walk away with the biggest trophy in sports? Stay tuned, because tonight, more than ever, it's mucha más acción. La Copa Combate live tonight, and it starts now.
There we go, the beautiful scene of the city of Miami Beach. That is the speedway of Collins Avenue. And South Florida has been the home of Combate Global. But tonight, South Florida has held many great events, but tonight, this is the house of Copa Combate 2021. 8 countries, 8 men will have the opportunity to raise their flag with lots of pride and hold that huge, gigantic trophy. The biggest in sports.
Biggest in sports.
Biggest in sports. I'm Rodolfo Roman in for Max Bretos, joining me alongside El Jefe, Mr. Pamela McLaren, and the trainer of trainers, Mr. Martin Rooney, will be helping me out this evening with the analysis. As we take
None of us are Juliana Pena, though.
None of us. We're going to have to make sure.
New world champion.
We're going to have to have another seat there for that gold.
You know what? We're going to be on stools, and she's going to be above us. World champion, our dear friend, Juliana Pena.
Congrats, Juliana. And now we're taking a look at the bracket tonight. Copa Combate coming at you again. We'd love to hear your predictions. Make sure you use that hashtag Copa Combate, tag Combate Global on social media to find out who you think is going to win representing your country. We're now looking here, the face-to-face head-to-head. Mlambo representing Ireland, Zarauz with Peru. Mlambo, 30 years old, 28 for Zarauz, as we take it to Lupe Contreras for the official introduction.
Este duelo, una sola vuelta de 5 minutos en la división peso gallo this bout. 1 5-minute round in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Lorenzo Toledo, Richard Green y John Rupert. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina roja, vestido de color naranja. In the blue corner, wearing orange, su peso oficial, 135 libras y un cuarto is official weight, 135 1/4 pounds. En 15 combates, mantiene un récord de 10 victorias y 5 derrotas in 15 bouts. He maintains a record of 10 victories against 5 losses. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, FRANZ, the Black Mamba, Mlambo. Su oponente en la esquina roja, vestido de negro, his opponent in the red corner, wearing black. Cuando pisó la báscula, marcó un peso oficial de 135 libras. When he stepped on the scales, he registered an official 135 pounds. En su 32º combate a nivel profesional, con 22 victorias, 8 derrotas y un empate. He enters la jaula for the 32nd time as a professional, with 22 victories, 8 losses, and 1 bout even. Representando a Lima, Perú, the mercenary, José Zarauz. El referee, Raúl Porrata.
To the center, al centro. Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. I expect a clean fight. We only have 5 minutes. Solamente tiene 5 minutos y un round. No knees or elbows to the face. No hay rodilla ni codo a la cabeza. Okay? Toquen guantes, touch gloves. Back to your corners.
Raúl Porrata, the 3rd man in the cage.
Ready?
We get ready for
Ready?
Mlambo.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. I can't wait. Fight, come on.
And as we mentioned, gentlemen, it's important to note no elbows or knees in the quarterfinals and semifinals. It's like they say, right? You leave the best to last in the finals.
Well, you also heard Raul say it's a 5-minute round. Raul, affectionately known as Fat Rev.
Mlambo in the orange, Zarauz in the black. Martin, right from the bat, Zarauz going for a potential takedown.
Zarauz going to try to nullify that striking of Mlambo. Absolutely. I think this is a great strategy. and he's actually trying to get him to the ground here.
As mentioned, Mlambo's training at the SBGI Straight Blast Gym Island, has made Ireland his home. Originally from South Africa, considers himself a defensive grappler, and we're seeing that right here, Martin.
Yeah, and I talked to his coach, renowned John Kavanaugh, and he said something really important. He said Mlambo, for 135 pounds, he's never seen somebody with his kind of knockout power. So let's see if we see some of it right here.
Zarauz, better known as that mercenary, 22-8, one draw, has more fights than his age.
This is what I love about 135. You've got the power and the speed.
Mlambo keeping it where he wants right there. Some range to throw those kicks.
Mercenary, or Zarauz, dedicating this fight year to his father who passed away. That's a lot of motivation leading into this competition, this tournament. How sweet it would be if not only win this tournament for his country, but for his father. Of course, it's been a tough year for some of us.
All right, we're 2/5 of the way through.
3 minutes left. To go here in the first quarterfinals.
Zarauz with a nice takedown there, right there.
That's going to score some points.
Mlambo working back up against the cage.
Mlambo coming off a victory back in May 2021 by way of submission. We did see Zarauz compete inside La Jaula this year as he returns for action. He says he's been focused. He's been focused just specifically on the strategy for Mlambo. But Martin, one thing is important here. You really can't prepare for one person. You don't know who you're going to get next.
Yeah, this tournament, you got to be looking all the way down the bracket. But right now, Zarauz fighting a very smart fight against a really talented fighter, Mlambo, where he's
really
smothering
neutralized him.
Now.
He's just neutralized him. But that doesn't mean he wins. We've seen a lot of action. Oh, good Raul.
Yeah, that's
good move. That's why I like Raul. Good move.
And Campbell, we talk about it here all the time. We want that MMA. Mucho más acción, much more action. And being that this is a 5-minute round, but listen, you got to go balls to the wall.
Well, right now, Zarauz has just secured another takedown. Mlambo's going to have to do something to get to his feet.
Watch your back on the head. Watch your back on the head.
Zarauz really has a good strategy, just really prohibiting Mlambo from moving around, landing any strikes. Martin, that must be very exhausting for Mlambo, who potentially probably has a strategy to strike around and move.
Oh, he's spending a lot of energy to try to get back to the feet. And Zarauz, again, putting him down with 1.5 minutes to go.
I got to say, I think this is all we're going to see from Ireland.
And Martin, one important note to mention in this tournament, Copa Combate, this is the first time we host it here in Miami, but in a studio, so we don't have those 30,000, 50,000 fans. You do have that opportunity of listening to your corner.
Yeah, you can hear almost everything they're saying. We can hear it right now. But sometimes that costs you the adrenaline of a gigantic crowd, the energy of 20, 40, 50,000 people there. But right now, Zarauz controlling this one. And less than a minute to go.
Absolute control.
Zarauz could be that underdog that could pull off a trick off his hat and win potentially Copa Combate.
Well, right now, if I am coaching Mlambo, I am saying you've got to do something, kick out, get out of there, and get back to the feet.
Take a chance. 32 seconds.
Sure, lots of Peruvians watching this right now. I'm sure you're very proud of your person representing you. As you mentioned, Campbell, Peru has a very long history in mixed martial arts. There's been several promotions out there. They've held events where studs have come out from that country.
We're coming down to 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left. It's been all Zarauz, in my opinion, here.
Yeah.
Just really cutting down Mlambo's strategy.
Wow, that's it. And say, hey, welcome to the Copa. I think Zarauz knows what he did right there. Very impressive.
And Mlambo knows it. That's why he went right up and hugged him and respected for his strategy.
Now, there was a lot of respect at the weigh-ins yesterday. All of these guys, great sportsmen. It wasn't about animosity. This was about taking it to this tournament, and we saw.
We'll be back with more action. Quarterfinals. And there we have, gentlemen, 1 5-minute round as we get ready for the result to see which man representing his country proceeds to the next round. Let's take a look at the replay, Martin.
So right here, Mlambo was trying to use those strikes, which he did, counterpunching effectively right there. But it was all Zarauz smothering him against La Jaula, and then eventually, as we're going to see, taking him to the ground.
I'm sure the corner of Mlambo right now is scratching their head. They had a strategy, right? Shoot and go. Let's move on to the next round. But Zarauz said, listen, I'm representing Peru, and I'm going to take this flag and hoist it up very, very loud and proud. But again, Campbell, we've seen the results when it's left to the judges. Sometimes we don't get what we see.
Yeah, they sometimes see a different fight. I don't see how on this instance, but we'll find out soon.
Pure Wrestling and Zarauz could potentially credit. He's trained with the likes of Frankie Edgar. We know his wrestling background, and I'm sure he's taken a tip or two.
If Francis doesn't win this, Franz will be back with us. He's got a future here at Combate.
And as we take a look at the fight stats right now, the punches landed by Mlambo 63-33 compared to Zarauz. So if you were to look at that, you know, but we'll go to Lupe Contreras, who has the official decision.
El juez Toledo anotó 10-9 a favor de Mlambo. Judge Toledo scores about 10-9 in favor of Mlambo. El juez Green 10-9 a favor de Zarauz. Judge Green scores it 10-9 in favor of Zarauz. Y el juez Rupert anotó 10-9. Judge Rupert scores it 10-9 for the winner by way of split decision and moving on to the next stage of the tournament. Para el vencedor por decisión dividida y avanzando a la siguiente ronda del torneo. From Ireland, the Black Mamba, FRANZ Mlambo.
Campbell Martin, we never leave it to the judges. Look at Zarauz's reaction.
Well, you know, when we saw the number of strikes landed, that was a piece of information. When we saw the accuracy was on the favor of Ireland, that was a piece of information.
But without a doubt, hey, the judges were swayed by those bigger shots. There were all shots landed. Zarauz was not interested in really trading. But man, that just shows the value of the takedown.
And here we go with the second quarterfinals competition here live on Paramount Plus. Mexico versus Chile. Briseño and Barraza have both competed in La Jaula this year. Briseño 31 and Barraza 28. The height, not much of a difference, just a 1-inch difference there. The reach 70, both weighed in at 134.8 pounds. Should be a nice style of a clash of styles here with a striker and a jiu-jitsu expert as we go shortly to the voice, Lupe Contreras, for the official introduction.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Una vuelta de 5 minutos en la división peso gallo. We continue with much more action. 1 5-minute round in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Vicente Rodríguez, Lorenzo Toledo, and Richard Green. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando la esquina azul, vestido de verde, presenting the blue corner, wearing green. Marcó un peso oficial de 134 libras y media. He registered on official 134.5 pounds. En su 16º combate, con 13 victorias y 2 derrotas. He enters in his 16th pro bout with 13 victories and 2 losses. De la capital azteca, la Ciudad de México, Carlos Briseño. En la esquina roja, vestido de negro in the red corner, wearing black, su peso oficial, 134 libras y 3 cuartos, his official weight, 134.75 pounds. En 10 combates, mantiene un récord de 7 victorias y 3 derrotas in 10 pro bouts. He has a record of 7 victories against 3 losses. Representando a Santiago de Chile, CRISTIAN Scorpio Barraza. El referee, Alana Vélez.
All right, I gave you the instructions in the locker room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Remember, this is 1 5-minute round. No knees or elbows. Understood? All right, if you want to touch the ball. fighting.
Alan Abeles, the third man in La Jaula. Briseño representing Mexico. Barraza representing Chile. As we get started with the second contest in the quarterfinals. And Cam, I just got word here from the back, Mlambo. We got a quote from felt good, even though I'm not used to one-rounders. But I will say he held down and played a smart game. I have to look out the next fight. I haven't studied on any other opponents since you know it could be anyone. Oh,
yeah, I got a message from back that Peru is absolutely devastated with the outcome. But a lot of the folks cage side thought that that's not a wrong call. I guess I'll put it that way.
As we proceed here, I'm sure Mlambo is keeping a close eye on these men. With
right here,
Briseño, the Mexico, and Barraza. Now, Martin, you can see right here, Briseño just closing the distance right from the top. Yeah. Pushing him in, using that cage.
Well, obviously, Barraza wants this position right here, maybe to secure a takedown. Briseño, the striker, wants to land some shots, but right here, clinching against the cage, it's anybody's fight.
Barraza, such a great story, as we mentioned. He just married Gloria Bravo, who has competed here in La Jaula. She is her corner woman, and he came off a couple of losses. He said, I need to fix my game. I need to fix my fight game. So he went to the Black Zillions in Mexico. He hasn't been home since. He is focused on winning in 2021. Hence, he got that spot here in Copa Combate.
Look, in Mexico, maybe paid attention to that last fight. They probably know if they get tied up, you know, it could take away their attack power. So I think he's got to get loose. That's it. He's got to get loose and he's got to land a few big shots.
Well, right now, only a little more than 3 minutes left. Somebody's got to do something big here to win the judges over.
Briseño, as we mentioned, trained with the Bone Breakers, but recently, if you take a look at his social media account, he's been training with the Sanford camp here in South Florida, home to the Michael Chandlers and many great competitors. I'm sure he upped up his game. There's a nice spinning back fist.
Yeah, they picked up the pace here, Rodolfo.
And Barraza, again, having his way with some strikes right here, too.
He wants to throw.
Well, that's what Combate Global is all about. That MMA, we want that much more action, that striking game.
But remember, for the strikes, for everybody watching, in the quarterfinals and the semis, there are no elbows or knees to the head for those 2 first rounds of the tournament. That could change things for these guys.
Martin, one thing I took notice here is Briseño stomping on the feet. Did this really come into play in a 1 5-minute round?
No, and I don't think it's going to score much with the judges either. Right now, somebody's got to land some shots that rock somebody, or somebody, as we learned, needs to secure a takedown and make a submission attempt with it.
So you have 2 minutes left here,
Martin. You see Alan, look, you saw him getting ready. You see our refs.
Yep, that's good.
You got to go.
Especially
you got to go. 5 minutes.
Round.
You got to go.
This is 2 minutes to 100 grand.
Nice combination, Marty. You must admit, though, he came back after Briseño pulled the trigger with those shots.
Yeah. Barraza has been impressing me. He hasn't tried to look like the jiu-jitsu guy right here. He's landing shots, and right now I think that would be influencing the judges positively.
We put out our opinion on the last fight.
Yeah.
And
remember, hey,
we were wrong. Oh, look, it's happening again. You got to go here. It's 5 minutes. You got to go.
Minute 30. Somebody's got to land some shots.
And Campbell, I mean, you're the creator of this thing with the tournament. You know, back in the day, the adrenaline rush goes up and down, up and down, up and down. You got to keep the pace.
Barraza pursuing
remember, we had
right
no
now.
rounds on UFC 1. There was
no limits, no time limits, no nothing.
Nothing.
Barraza controlling the pace from the center. Another spinning back kick.
Missed with that spinner, though.
Martin, with that spinning back fist, sure, it looks really cool, but you got to know when to strike. You can't just throw it just to throw it.
Yeah, well, but hey, being more active right now in a 1 5-minute round fight. Hey, the guy that looks like he's doing more, those knees right there, even though they might not create much damage, he's active. With 50 seconds left, who wants it right here? The Copa on the line.
Well, the way things are going, it seems it might go to the judges again, Campbell.
Oh, it's definitely going to the judges unless something bizarre happens.
Well, right now, Briseño content to just pin him up against the cage, where at this point you got to throw a shoulder back off and start throwing punches.
Doesn't it seem like it's flipped? The strikers are trying to grapple and the grapplers are trying to strike.
And that has to throw you off, Mark.
Yeah. The fights tonight have not gone exactly like I would anticipate, but that's what's exciting about a tournament. You never know what's going to happen. And right now, with 10 seconds left, who's going to flurry?
Nice slap shot there.
Yeah, that was probably the shot.
Superman punch.
Yeah.
But
A little too late, Campbell.
Oh,
I think Barraza might have put an exclamation point on that with that right hand.
Yeah.
Absolutely, as now we wait the
that's a
official
cut.
decision
That's a
from
real
the
cut.
judges. Martin Campbell, this sure ended it very nicely, and I'm sure just setting at the pace for the next quarterfinal fights as we await the results coming up next. Real soon. Oh, let the nail biting begin. These decisions to find out where we go, Campbell.
You know, I can honestly say I started this sport, right? So I'm 28 years in, and I still get nervous.
The nerves never leave, Campbell.
Say, you know?
Martin, let's take a look for the quick highlights here between Chile and Mexico.
Well, Barraza throwing some solid knees where they were in the clinch a lot of that round. But then look at Barraza landing that right hand. And right there again, Briseño taking a little bit of the best of it today. So that, I believe, may influence the judges here.
It almost seemed like he wanted to finish that fight real early. You see, he was trying to get the leg and land the knee, but a little too short, too late.
Yeah, but uncanny for the jiu-jitsu guy to kind of win the striking battle. But I think this one may go again to the fight statistics, and we got to look at what they see. But boom, another shot from Barraza coming forward.
Non-stop.
All right,
there
I
towards the
picked
end.
Juliana Pena last night, so I'm feeling confident. Even though I got it wrong the last fight, I think this is Chile's fight.
Could be a weekend of underdogs as we take a look at the fight stats.
What do we got?
27 punches for Briseño, Barraza 36 with the kicks for Barraza 21 compared to the 14 landed by the kicks. And the accuracy, quite even there, only 89% for Barraza and 82 for Briseño representing Mexico, and no takedowns taken as we go to Lupe Contreras for the official result.
Los tres jueces están de acuerdo con tarjetas idénticas de 10 a 9. All three judges are in agreement with identical scores of 10 to 9 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. And moving on in the tournament a favor del vencedor por decisión unánime y avanzando en el torneo Copa Combate. De Chile, el Scorpio.
Oh, man.
And the
Cristian Barraza.
The fairy tale continues for
I'm going to
Barraza.
take a lot of crap tonight when I go anywhere near the fighters, by the way. You know, I think Mexico thought that was their fight.
As we go, we proceed with more
I know
action.
Peru thought it was their fight.
As we continue with more quarterfinal action here in a Copa Combate 2001. We'll be back with more action here on Paramount Plus. We go with the next quarterfinal matchup between Daguzan representing France and Muniz representing the United States. The head-to-head of Pierre and Leo Muniz of the United States. 35 for Pierre representing France, 31 for Leo. The height there, same, about 5 and 6 for both. The reach, 70 inches compared to the 69.5. Not much of a difference there. And then 135.8 pounds coming in for Pierre and the 134.6 for Leo as we go to Lupe Contreras for the introduction.
Continuamos con mucha más acción, una vuelta de 5 minutos en la división peso gallo. We continue with much more action. 5-minute round in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are John Rupert, Vicente Rodríguez y Lorenzo Toledo. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando la esquina azul, vestido de rojo, introducing the blue corner, wearing red. Cuando pisó la báscula, marcó un peso oficial de 135 libras y 3/4. When he stood on the scale, he registered an official 135 3/4 pounds. Su récord profesional, 6 victorias y 5 derrotas, his pro record. 6 victories against 5 losses. Hailing from Versailles, France, and now fighting out of Honolulu, Hawaii, the French Hawaiian, Pierre Daguzan. En la esquina roja, vestido de blanco, in the red corner, wearing white, su peso oficial, 134 libras y media. His official weight, 134.5 pounds. En su octavo combate a nivel profesional, con 6 victorias y 1 derrota. He enters la jaula in his 8th professional bout, with 6 victories against 1 lone defeat. Fighting out of Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania, USA, the Mexicutioner, LEODEGARIO Muniz. El referee, Raúl Porrata.
To the center. To the center. Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. You only have 1 round. No knees or elbows to the face. No hay rodilla ni codos a la cabeza. Nada más tienen 5 minutos. Press the action. No timidity. Touch gloves now. Back to your corners and wait for the bell.
All right, there we go.
Raul setting them straight, yo.
Right from the spot, Raul Porrata, the 3rd man in the cage. United States versus France. 1 5-minute round. No knees, no elbows. United States in white. France.
No timidity, he said. It's Miami, so we have humidity, but no timidity.
Lately, the weather's been pretty cool, I must admit.
Love it
but
here. I love it here.
you never know with the weather, Cambo. Never bet on it, I'll tell you that much.
There we go. Open it up from Leo with that striking.
And we've seen in the past, inside La Jaula, both these guys just love to swing and strike. I don't see we're going to see any ground game for both these men.
I don't think we're going to see any smothering.
Well, right now, Daguzan searching for a takedown right here. Leo has that defended really well with that underhook.
Daguzan
Got his legs wide apart. Going to be very hard to get him down.
Daguzan does
But now he's got both under.
He lives in Hawaii, but representing France. Born there and fights out of the Gracie Techniques, where Max Holloway, Yancy Medeiros, and Tyson Nam train. On the opposite end at Muniz, he tore his MCL a few years ago in ACL. He looked to weight training as a way to rebuild stronger these days. Leo is a big proponent of weight training. And Martin, you know all about that. With training, how
well, look at this. Look at this. Now, I got to say, Mexico is out of the tournament at this point, right? If France wins, the U.S. will be out of the tournament at this point.
Something that here in a Copa Combate potentially have a European finals.
Well, it looks like Leo has something to say about that with a left-right combination there, Campbell.
I think he heard me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right now I think the Frenchman is stunned right now a little bit.
Look at the mark on his face. That landed.
And I'd like to mention, Campbell, we did have our first European tournament earlier this year with Patrick Lehane winning that. That's Pierre looking in there.
Leo looks like he's finding his range right here. We could see some fireworks.
Muniz again bouncing back. 2021 was his comeback year.
Okay, smart from Daguzan there. Leo getting right back up, though, against the cage.
And Muniz says he considers himself a very aggressive fighter. We saw some of that earlier on in this. Oh, who tried and bang with you?
Oh, right here. These guys are doing it right. Got a little cut under the eye of Leo right now.
Now, Martin, you can see that some of the damage has been done on Pierre's face. If he wins and he moves on to the semifinals, how much does that play a role?
I think that has an effect as well as the adrenaline, right?
Yep,
I mean, imagine firing yourself up for a battle and then taking another 30 minutes, calming down, and then having to do it again.
Actually, both men are cut up.
That's why it's the toughest, I do believe, the toughest event in sports, this tournament.
I think you've got an argument there where how many people have to do something 3 times like that while being punched and kicked in the face? Not many.
And Martin, if you ask some of these fighters, how do you prepare for a tournament? How do you prepare? Because there really is no guidebook on this, right? You never know you're not going to get.
But Rodolfo, look, we got a minute and a half left. What do you think we're up to here?
Yep.
I think Leo has landed the more significant strikes. Pierre has been more active. Oh, there's another good counter punch.
On the chin.
So I think the solid strikes are going to Leo. Again, right there with the jab. But Daguzan has just kept coming forward, and you don't know tonight what's going to influence the judges most.
And that aggression from both these men with that energy, how will that go?
Oh, there it is.
nice.
Leo
from
counterpunch.
Leo.
The Frenchman is hurt bad. This could be it.
This could
And
have a first stoppage here in the quarterfinal.
That is it.
Yeah,
And Leo takes it.
okay, all right.
The United States can breathe.
Yeah, Vive
Leo Munoz is
France.
moving.
Vive la France, but I don't want to see the U.S. out at this stage.
The red, white, and blue
all right.
is alive and well, and it all belongs in the hand right there of Leo Muniz, who will proceed to the semifinals, defeating France.
He got rocked.
Yeah, Daguzan is still
He's still rocked.
But Leo suffering a cut right there, which I do not think, after talking to the doctors, will have an effect.
And we'll be back with more quarterfinals action, plus the official result in just a few. The United States could breathe. Leo Muniz draped in that red, white, and in blue as we await the official result. We're going to take a look back at the action. And Martin, you can see Leo just targeting the spots for Pierre and winning the TKO victory in the quarterfinals.
Oh, that right hand was finding a home on Daguzan's chin right there. You see it. And he just continued to rock him until finally, boom, he's putting that right on the chin, on the button. That's why they call it chin music. And this is where, at this point, Daguzan is out on his bicycle, running around the ring, and Leo knows he's got him.
Yeah, it seems, looking at the video here, Pierre just got into a brawl, which you don't want to do, especially like a guy like Leo Muniz, who's very strategic, he's just continuing attack. Luper Contreras, the official results in just a few, but here's the tail of the tape, or the fight stats. Year 21.
53 segundos. Referee Raúl Porrata stops this contest with an official time of 3 minutes 53 seconds. Your winner, by way of technical knockout, el vencedor por knockout técnico. Y avanzando a la siguiente ronda de Copa Combate. From the USA, LEODEGARIO, the Executioner, Muniz.
Muniz moving forward in the Copa Combating semifinals. We got one more quarterfinals coming up next in just a few to give you more action here in Paramount Plus. Copa Combate action coming up next, quarterfinals. And it's not over yet. Now we got Argentina versus Spain, and Ramos versus Cordero. A measly only 21, or actually 22 now, you turn Cordero. Taking on Ramos, 26. We like them young here, Campbell. We got young studs inside the howler.
Absolutely, but they're at the point where they're delivering, and Kevin is known to be the best 135 in Spain. So great signing by Micah Fromwitz and Tony Padilla. Represents the best of the best.
Shout out to our matchmakers as we go to Luper Contreras for the official introduction.
Este duelo, una sola vuelta de 5 minutos en la división peso gallo de Spout. 1 5-minute round in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Richard Green, John Rupert y Vicente Rodríguez. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina azul, vestido de blanco in the blue corner, wearing white, su peso oficial, 135 libras y 3 cuartos is the official weight, 135 3/4 pounds. En 15 combates, mantiene un récord de 8 victorias y 6 derrotas. In 15 pro bouts, he maintains a record of 8 victories against 6 losses. De Concordia, Entre Ríos, Argentina, Luciano Ramos. En la esquina roja, vestido de amarillo. In the red corner, wearing yellow, su peso oficial, 136 libras, his official weight, 136 pounds. En su 15º combate a nivel profesional, con 12 victorias y 2 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 15th time as a pro, with 12 victories against 2 losses. De Gran Canaria, España, Kevin Cordero. El referee, Alan Abeles.
Luciano, I gave you instructions in the law. Obey my commands and open up. Go ahead. Come out fighting.
There you go, the last quarterfinal here on Paramount Plus to find out who will proceed to the semifinals. Argentina versus Spain. Ramos representing the blue and a white, and Cordero
Fighter, you ready?
representing the
Fighter,
yellow and the red with Spain. As we go at it, did you look at that look? Ramos not phased by Cordero's head down, really intimidating. It's all a mental game when you're about to start this fight.
Scary, ice cold right there. But now we're going to see who's going to bring it. Can Cordero up that energy a little bit?
We know the likes of Gegard, Musasi, Frady, or Melalenko, they have that type of facial expression. It could really throw off your opponent, but Luciano's not phased by it. He's bringing it to Cordero.
Right now, both strikers and showing off some Muay Thai right here, and Ramos getting the best of it.
You look at Ramos, you know, he has that dirty boxing from the Diaz Academy. Cordero, though, a submission artist. Most of his victories have come by way of submission. We all were witnessed that here in Salahala when he defeated Ricky Bandejas back in September. Coming out of La Palmas de la Gran Canarias in Spain. In Campbell, Spain, we know that
getting the takedown right there.
MMA has grown a lot in Spain, Campbell. Lots of
Huge
viewers out
driving
there.
scene, Tenerife, some of the Azores, the islands. Kevin's the guy. We see what he's got. But, you know, I'm seeing in this tournament, I'm really seeing 5 minutes as being a very different type of MMA.
It makes it very difficult right here. Kevin is trying to just stay controlled, but this may not be what you want to do. Ramos has him down.
You don't have time to cook your opponent.
Yeah, this is, but Ramos using, okay, now.
This is a dangerous position, Martin. We've seen Cordero.
Possible arming guillotine right now. Nope, he's out.
He's out.
I'm sure Cordero feels very confident in this position, knowing that he's had the majority of his victories by way of submission.
But with 2 minutes
High
gone.
guard. He's got 3 minutes to make this happen.
Now, unlike striking Martin in a submission game, you know, you could just go for that quick knockout. But with a jiu-jitsu, in a submission, you have to be very patient.
And now, see, Cordero using the cage to get back up, which I think is a wise decision.
And took 3 shots to the face.
But another takedown. Well, and now we got a whizzer in. We're going to see who gets out of this. Oh. Again, Cordero, Ramos pressing the pace right now. Very impressive.
As Ramos, as I stated, he trains with the Diaz brothers.
Oh, but now Cordero, a takedown of his own. Ramos on his back. Cordero going to try to return the favor with a little.
Ramos had a competition in boxing.
Ramos going for a knee bar right here. Going for a knee bar.
Wow.
No.
And Ramos would have defeated Cordero by way of submission.
This is an exciting fight right here, and anybody's right now with each man sharing some takedowns, landing some punches. 2 minutes is going to decide it.
There's no doubt Ramos sat down and watched footage of Cordero and studied him precisely. But this strategy is working well here, depending any potential submission.
Cordero changing levels. He's going for another takedown. He gets it.
Calling
Ramos
him
on the ground.
Yeah, Ramos is actually calling Cordero to the ground.
Now Ramos absorbing some damage from the top. We got a minute 43. So fishing for an armbar right here.
Ramos might pull up the upset here.
Ramos throwing some up kicks. Up, but now Cordero on his back.
Dangerous position for Ramos. Argentina, I know you're biting your nails right now, but...
But now Kevin down on the bottom again. This is an up and down battle.
Tough one to call this one.
Back and forth with both these men.
They are not making it easy for the judges tonight in the Copa, I will tell you that. Now, if Ramos can posture up, land some more shots, that could win. There he is. He could win it with that.
1 minute left, approaching the 1 minute mark here in this final 5-minute round. Who will move forward to the semifinals in Copa Combate? We're about to find out just a few. Seems like we're going to have another decision by the judges.
But Cordero bringing his hips up. He is a dangerous fighter. We watched him submit Ricky Bandejas in an earlier match at Combate Global. But right now, less than 40 seconds left. Who wants this?
And it seems 30 seconds left here that the judges will be the one to decide this fight. We've seen this year some of the results.
Kevin back up. Now they're going to throw. They're banging right here. Not afraid to trade.
20 seconds left. Argentina, Spain, who proceeds? Seems like it's going to be left to the judges. Some of the results have been controversial. We don't know what the outcome's going to be, gentlemen.
And another armbar attempt right now by Ramos.
As we await the final result, who proceeds, Argentina or Spain?
What a fight.
We'll be back After the break, Luper Contreras will let us know who moves to the semifinals of Copa Combate. And we move now forward to the final quarterfinals. The result, who moves forward? Spain or Argentina? We're about to find out.
El juez Rodríguez anotó 10-9 a favor de Ramos. Judge Rodríguez scores at 10-9 in favor of Ramos. El juez Rupert 10-9 a favor de Cordero. Y el juez Green anotó 10 split decision. And moving on in Copa Combate a favor del vencedor por decisión dividida y avanzando en el torneo de Copa Combate de España, Kevin Cordero.
Oh, the drama continues here. Copa Combate, these decisions.
Wow.
We await the semifinals after this break. And there you have the beautiful scenery looking at downtown Miami. South Florida has been the home to Combate Global in 2021, but tonight the city has reserved it for Copa Combate. First time the city hosts this huge, big tournament that's being watched all over the world. Here in Paramount Plus, you just took a look at the quarterfinals. Several of these countries are moving forward to the semifinals. Mlambo representing Ireland and Barraza representing Chile. They will meet in the semifinals as a 1-5-minute round. And Muniz, the United States, Cordero, and Spain in the semifinals. And 4 of these men will have the opportunity of winning $100,000. Take home that huge, gigantic, beautiful gold trophy, the biggest in sport, and $100,000 to make matters even a whole lot better. We did mention that we had 2 women going at it. Very familiar here, a super fight at 115 pounds between Carolina Gallardo versus CRISTIAN. Both these ladies returning to La Jaula. Both of them competed in the all-women tournament back in August, but now they're going to get their 3-5-minute round matchup. As we take a look at the head-to-head here, the Dames 28, Gallardo 29, same height to reach, not much of a difference there, and they both weighed 115.6 pounds apiece. Lupe Contreras with the official results.
Las reglas oficiales de la jaula, 3 vueltas de 5 minutos, 3 jueces utilizando el sistema de 10 puntos. Este duelo en la división peso paja de Spout. In the strawweight division, los jueces son, the judges are Vicente Rodríguez, Lorenzo Toledo, and Richard Green. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando en la esquina azul, vestida de negro, introducing the blue corner, wearing black, su peso oficial, 115 libras y media, her official weight, 115.5 pounds. Entra por 7ª ocasión a la jaula, con 5 victorias y 1 derrota. She enters la jaula for the 7th time as a pro, with a record of 5 victories against 1 defeat. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and repping the DR, CRISZAIDA. Su oponente en la esquina roja, vestida de rojo, her opponent in the red corner, wearing red. Detuvo la báscula a un peso idéntico de 115 libras y media. She tipped the scales at an identical 115.5 pounds. Entra por 10ª vez a la jaula, con récord de 5 victorias y 4 derrotas. She enters la jaula for the 10th time as a pro, with 5 victories against 4 losses. De Santiago de Chile, Caroline Gallardo. El referee, Alana Vélez.
Caroline, Chris. All right, I gave you the instructions in the locker room. Obey my command at all times. Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch them up, go ahead. Come out, fight. Judge. Judge. Judge.
And here we go. Adames in black. Caroline in a red. And by the way, kudos to our folks up in the merch. You can check out some of this merchandise available right now. CombateGlobal.com. Caroline, known as a striker, and Adames not too shy to give her competition as well. Martin, when you come into this bout, as for Adames, her sole loss was in that tournament. So she only got 5 minutes. for that defeat. Mentally, that has to really kick you in the butt, right? You have to come in here, you want that win, you have to prove that, hey, that's in the past now.
Yeah, well, I would definitely say, hey, she's got the full 15 minutes. You don't want to have to use it, but Gallardo, she's got that nickname, right? The Tasmanian Devil, which I think she's going to bring some energy, again, boosted by what we've already talked about, what happened last night. But don't sleep on Muniz, where she's got the skills too. And now it's time to see these ladies trade.
Not sure, but we'd like to get some info there. Caroline spoke to Juliana Pena. It's almost like getting a phone call from the president to boost up your morale going into a fight, knowing that you're getting the pep talk from a champion that pretty much has set the world on fire. Gallardo, we've seen her in action here, trains with the Valley Flow Striking in Chicago, Illinois. As you mentioned, she's known as the Tasmanian Devil. They gave her that nickname in her gym because of her energy, and you're gonna see it here with all the action that she's had inside La Jaula. She's very aggressive, a go-getter, and not afraid to trade blows in the pocket.
Well, right now she's got Muniz pinned against the cage in the clinch. She's been landing knees and punches. There's one right there consistently. So right now she is pressing the action and putting a lot of weight, all her weight, on Muniz, taking the air out of her.
As we continue, this is our 30th show, the most here for Combate Global in 2022. As Campbell McLaren has said, we might have some more treats for you in 2022. We'll be coming at you very, very soon. Make sure you follow our socials at Copa, at Combate Global, but use the hashtag Copa Combate to let us know your predictions, as we are now seeing the action between Caroline and Adames. Caroline representing Chile, Adames representing the DR, originally born in Puerto Rico but moved to the Dominican Republic and has a great story. Made her way here to the United States and worked her way up the ladder. As far as Martin here, pressing Adames in the cage. Lots of energy being spent here, must say.
Lots of energy. If you're watching, you may not see it, but this is a tactical battle. Remember, this is not just the 1 5-minute round of the tournament like we've watched tonight. These are 3 5s where you got to conserve that energy, but right now they are so evenly matched that right now it's becoming a chess match with those knees. But I do think that Taz right now is winning that battle, that if I'm a judge after the first 3 minutes of this round, Taz is winning it right now.
We've seen some very controversial results so far here, leaving it to the judges. We're only in the first episode of this bout between Adames and Caroline. And looking at that defeat that she had against Yasmin, Adames fought a very strong, fluid striker. I'm sure she went back to her camp, studied, made a little bit of adjustments in her game if you want to continue and bounce back in the winning column.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and what I'm interested in here right now, though, is, you know, Alan was, obviously when it's a 5-minute round, really quick to separate everybody. I don't know if soon he's going to be content to let them all just stay against the cage like this, but we are now at 4 minutes, and we need to see something. There it is, right there. He separated them solid, and now we're going to see some striking.
Alan Abella's letting both these ladies, let's see some action inside La Jaula. Beautiful canvas, by the way, representing all the countries around the globe.
And those are the countries of the tournament. So tonight, don't forget, we've only gone through the quarters. We got the semis and the finals tonight. And Rodolfo and I were talking, we don't know what's going to happen tonight. I can't wait to see it.
Expect the unexpected. That is what you're going to see here tonight. But these women are bringing it inside La Jaula. Adames training for the Martinez Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu led by Will Martinez, who has competed in high-level mixed martial with her fight game.
Don't forget, right now, I would say I would give that round to the Chilean, and hey, we've still got a Chilean in the tournament right now, too.
Back at the replay, Caroline and Adames pressuring there in the cage part.
Yeah, so Taz, you know, keeping her pinned up there, throwing that knee over and over, doing a little dirty boxing in there, putting that knee into the stomach, which is one of the most powerful strikes in MMA. And you can see Adames really wrenching on that neck, too.
Seconds out!
And there's a couple of shots right there from Adames as well.
Let's go. I'm sure their corner had their few information to give these ladies. But Marta, one important thing to note, and you being in the fight game, you trained the trainers or trainers, Forrest Griffins or Gracies, and you get your first 5 rounds, but in that corner, your corner starts talking to you, but your mind is not really there. You're just in this fight and your corner is speaking to you. How are you able to really listen to your corner and put that into play in the fight?
Well, I think it's an art form, right? Number one, you got to really trust who you have in there, and it's important who you've got in the corner with you. But at the same time, if I were to advise any cornerman, it might be pick one thing that you see that they can work on, where if you throw too much at anybody, they can't absorb that information, especially with the adrenaline running.
And here, I'm sure the corners, you could hear them stating, throw a 1-2 or throw a right.
Yeah, very difficult. When I talk to a lot of my fighters, one in particular, Jim Miller, one of the most decorated MMA fighters in history, he says, hey, not for nothing, Martin, but I can't hear a word anybody's saying when I'm out there.
It's so difficult to hear when you're in there. It really is. And mentally, you're so focused on what you're doing. And you might be able to hear, hey, throw a kick or throw a jab. But then after that, it's all blur.
Oh, absolutely.
You basically go with your instincts.
Right now, it is tunnel vision. If you look at Taz right there, if you look at Adam Ace, they are just eyeing each other down. And the last thing they're trying to do is process maybe some information from their coach. Oh, so a couple of nice shots landed by Taz again, but now we're back up against the cage. This is a familiar position for them right now.
Adames started with a background in karate and moved up to, of course, mixed martial arts. You got to put it all together. That's what it's all about. She defeated Karen Cedillo back in April of 30th of this year. And as I mentioned, she was part of the all-woman tournament back in August. Made it all the way to the semifinals. She was planning to study medical assistant during the pandemic, but put that just aside to really focus on her fighting career. She lives in there in Philadelphia.
Well, right now, it's kind of, we've got the position reversed where Adam Ace is now putting her weight into Taz. Okay, good separation right there from Allen. And now we got a little action again.
Allen not seeing the action that he would like to see inside La Jaula, separating that. Both these ladies continue to dance inside the center of La Jaula.
Yeah. Taz controlling the center, as you can see. Looks very relaxed in there. Good high guard.
And this is a 3 5-minute rounds, unlike what we've seen so far with the tournament. And elbows and knees are allowed here.
And for everybody that's watching, the elbows and knees are not allowed in the tournament for that first the quarters and the semis, just to prevent the lacerations and the damage that those strikes could cause. So Combate Global is really concerned about the health of the athletes, but also so that a cut doesn't be the reason that somebody can't move on.
Ramos and Gallardo, seen him in action many times inside La Jaula in 2021. I'm sure we'll be seeing them in action as well in 2022.
Well, I would definitely say right now, hey, if somebody could look for a takedown, I know both fighters are skilled on the ground. They both spoke about not being afraid to go there. Could be an interesting influence on the judges here, where right now, very tough to call.
Adam is more of the precautious one of the two.
Yeah, she's definitely trying to counterpunch right here, but that's not always a bad strategy, as you saw right there. You know, back up, take your shot. But Taz is definitely pressing the action.
And Caroline's foot movement is a whole lot better, you would say. You can see her left and the right moving around, and Adam is almost even backpedaling at times.
Yeah, but in each case, it makes a fighter difficult to hit. As you can see, they're not in range, which but there's a shot right there. Again, closing the distance.
And now, Martin in that position, she got hit with that straight right hand. So for Adames, was that an opportunity to kind of catch her breath?
I would say right now, you're not catching your breath when they have you pinned against the cage. I would be fearing right now for a takedown attempt, which it looks like Taz is going for, but she's got to get those arms under. Work for those underhooks, which she's got now. She's got double underhooks. This would be a good position for a takedown if she wants to take it.
And that's pretty much changing up the levels. From there, switch to potentially the single or double leg takedown. But then you have the risk of the cage getting in the way.
Here, what you said, drop into the double.
But that cage is in the way, so how do you...
Oh, a little spinning back fist right there. Nice.
10 seconds left.
To go. And again, I think, yeah, like we talked about, Taz has just been a little bit more active. She's pressed the pace. And now we're going to round 3. But I think right now it's 2-0 for the Chilean. These two women have gone 10 minutes at this. Oh, yeah. I think a takedown could be decisive for the judge. Oh, okay, there we go. Adame's throwing some good sharp knees.
And try to go for the inside trip.
Okay, she's picking up the pace right here, which I think she probably was told the right thing, because look, now she's pressing. No more backing up. Got Taz on her heels a little bit.
Now she's the aggressor. She's on the offense, Adames. Pushing in the trigger. She is in black. Gallardo in red.
Oh, going for a takedown attempt. You can sense the urgency, Rodolfo. That right now, though, getting stuffed right here by Taz.
Adames was enamored with the boxing. Her father shut down the thought of competing in that sport, but then he actually said, hey, go become a veterinarian or an architect. She said, no, the fight game is for me. And,
well, as a father of 4 daughters, yeah, I put them in the martial arts, but it wasn't something that I ever foresaw they would be involved in MMA. So as a dad, or any dads watching, you know it's got to be tough, but this is the female side of MMA is so exciting, and they've shown how great of athletes they really are, that I think it's something, not only do we know it's here to stay, but something for the strength of women for the future.
And listen, the numbers prove it here for Combate Global. Our fight fans love the women competing inside La Jaula because they always bring it. And Martin, you mentioned about the women's MMA. It is exciting, and rightfully so. And it wasn't until a few years till it finally blew up and people started realizing, wow, man, these women can really go. And now we've seen the big stars that have risen. Our own Juliana Peña, for example, and so many more. And as we see women incorporated into this great structure of our sport, our daughters could be in there one day because they start fresh. They start at 2-3 years old. They're already punching and kicking.
And it's a new generation of fans as well. That it's just not a guy's sport anymore. But again, for everybody to appreciate it, what those two women are doing in there right now, they may not have landed super significant strikes, but the amount of energy and what they're doing. This is a chess match you're watching right here, and each one of them is so evenly matched. They're making it difficult for each other to really stand out.
And for those first joining us here for Combate Global, you mentioned about the chess match, and you're absolutely right, because you do see here that there is no striking, but there's a lot of work happening here.
Oh, so many subtle little movements, and there we go. We got a little separation again. 2.5 minutes for Adames to do something. She's trying to throw in some shots here.
Adames wants to end this. She doesn't want to go to the judges. She landed a nice combination, flurry of punches, but Gallardo said, not today, sweetheart. We're taking this to the corner. I feel very confident in this fight so far.
Yeah, she has continued to control it from there, chopping with that knee, which it looks like she might be trying to set that up again, but again, with 2 minutes left. Oh, there we go, a little takedown. Now there's that takedown that we were talking about, and now Taz on top. This is not a great position for Chris. She's got to get up and get out, which she's using the cage to do that.
And this could be a very big dent here in this fight. Perhaps could be the reason why Caroline potentially could win. And we'd like to give a quick shout out to our good friends watching overseas in Europe and all over the world.
Well, we know everybody has got to be excited for the tournament. That is, do not forget, we got a lot more fighting ahead, and there is no clear-cut favorite anymore in this one.
I'm sure there's tons of watch parties out right now. We'd love to hear from you. Make sure that you send us or tag us on social media, Combate Global, and use the hashtag Copa Combate.
Well, we are coming down to the final minute, and right now, I really believe Adames has to make something magical happen right here. Either some big strikes, a submission attempt, but Taz taking the back.
Less than 1 minute left, Martin. At this point, you're cornering it. Your corner is telling her, put that foot on the accelerator. Take it home.
Yeah, but it's so difficult right now with Taz wrapped up on you like that. You know, everybody has those great intentions, but man, she's just right now a difficult position to do much when somebody's holding you from the back like that.
Never want to give that back. We know what the outcome of that is. We've seen it this weekend. And really just textbook, right? When you give that back, if you're a good jiu-jitsu expert, you know how to get out of that quickly.
Yeah, but Taz has made it happen. Look at that, trying to search for another takedown just to finish this fight off. There it is.
5 seconds left as we await now the result of the judges. We'll be back with the official result from Lupe Contreras after the break. And we are back with the official result of Gallardo and Adames concluding a 3-5-minute round fight. Martin, Carolina looked very explosive in this fight, but Adames wasn't having it as well. She followed through with some combination of herself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right there you see her landing, but then Taz, I think Taz just won the overall clinch game battle. She secured 2 takedowns that could have been decisive. And hey, but right there, again, there's Adames landing a lot of shots, but we know Taz landed some of those too, and that powerful takedown right there may have sealed the win for her.
Adames and Gallardo now going into the hands of the judges. They will decide the result. Both of these ladies competed back at the all-women tournament in August, but now they got their full-fledged 15 minutes of action inside La Hala as we take a look at the more aggressive fighter of the two. And with the kicks as well. Chile on top of this one as she compared to her 32 kicks as we go to the official result to Lupe Contreras.
Después de 3 vueltas de mucha más acción, los jueces Rodríguez y Green entregan tarjetas idénticas de 29 a 28 after 3 rounds of much more action. Judges Rodríguez and Green turn in identical scores of 29 to 28. Y el juez Toledo anotó 30 a 27. Judge Toledo scores it 30 to 27. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Los tres a favor de la vencedora por decisión unánime. De Chile, Caroline Taz Gallardo.
And the victorious energy continues for the Chicago camp of Valley Flow striking as Caroline gets the decision here between Adames and Gallardo. As now we will proceed with more of the tournament. The semifinals are about to come to you live and direct. We've seen these men in action in the quarterfinals. Mlambo representing Ireland and Barraza representing Chile. But now, let's get to know and learn a little bit about these fighters competing in Copa Combate.
I'm mainly a striker, but in the last few years, I've worked really, really hard on my ground game. I'm an MMA fighter. Of course, I was a boxer before MMA, but originally, what I started off with was karate. My first love was martial arts. I'm fully South African, 100% South African, but Ireland is my home now, you know what I mean? My family is going to be Irish. I have a lot of experience, like I was Conor McGregor's sparring partner for years. I've gained a load of experience from that, and I have 15 pro fights now, so I feel like I have a full arsenal to take out anybody. I feel like I'm one of the best bantamweights in the world. If I win this tournament, it's going to change my life. It will help me progress just in life in general. I can't wait for this tournament. I imagine it going very good. I usually win the first round. I'm going to win this tournament with just the pure venom of the Black Mamba. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop me.
Yo me inicié en las artes marciales mixtas a los 17 años, practicando jiu-jitsu brasileño exclusivamente. Solo me dedicaba a entrenar y a competir. Y esto me llevó a... Cuando estás a este nivel, como combate global, todos los peleadores están preparados. Todos tienen una condición física alta, todos son fuertes, todos son poderosos, son altos en la categoría porque cortan peso, pero el corazón es lo que te diferencia. Cuánto lo quieres, si amas lo que haces, lo haces mejor. Entrenas más, te sacrificas más, duermes menos, te levantas más temprano y no paras. Fortalezas es que yo puedo sacar una sumisión en el momento que no lo esperes y también que tengo movimientos que son sorpresivos de pie. No tengo mucha fortaleza física quizás como yo quisiera, sentía en algún momento que sí, pero hoy en día es la sorpresa la que puedo dar.
And we go to the head-to-head. Mlambo, 30 years old compared to 28 of Barraza, 2 years age difference there. The height, 5'10" compared to 5'6". That could play a big role in this fight. And the reach is something that we really kept an eye on. But we're about to see what's going to happen. Lupe Contreras, the official introductions.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Una vuelta de 5 minutos en la división peso gallo. We continue with much more action. 1 5-minute round in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Lorenzo Toledo, Richard Green y John Rupert. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando en la esquina azul, vestido de color naranja, introducing the blue corner, wearing orange. Su peso oficial, 135 libras y un cuarto. His official weight, 135 1/4 pounds. Con 11 victorias y 5 derrotas, with a pro record of 11 victories against 5 losses. Toma su posición en las semifinales por decisión dividida. He takes his place in the semifinals with a victory by way of split decision. Representing Dublin, Ireland, the Black Mamba, FRANZ Mlambo. Su oponente en la esquina roja, vestido de blanco, his opponent in the red corner, wearing white, su peso oficial, 134 libras y 3 cuartos, his official weight, 134 3/4 pounds. Su récord profesional, 8 victorias y 3 derrotas, his pro record, 8 victories against 3 losses. Toma su posición en las semifinales con una victoria por decisión unánime. He takes his place in the semifinals with a victory by way of unanimous decision. De Santiago de Chile, el Scorpio, CRISTIAN Barraza. El referee, Raúl Porrata.
Center, al centro. Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. No knees or elbows to the face. Clear? All right? Only 1 round. 5 minutes to impress the judges. Okay, token guantes, touch gloves, back to your corners.
Right, the touching of the glove, Mlambo representing Ireland.
You ready, sir?
And on the opposite side of La Jaula, his opponent, Barraza, representing Chile in the white. As we go at it, 1 5-minute round. And no elbows or knees. Mlambo ended his first quarterfinal fight by way of split decision. He won in a controversial fashion. Had the world interacting, saying that they didn't agree with that result, but Barraza won by unanimous decision. And Martin, going into the semifinals, Mlambo should, right, after what he said, I like to finish my fighters in the first round, should stick to that. But maybe Barraza saw that 1 5-minute round and has the same technique as Zarauz had.
He's using it right now, pinning him up against the cage. Mlambo not getting to use that distance and that advantage with the reach and height. But again, he's well versed in this position too. These are 2 solid fighters. But remember, we've got 4 minutes left to get 1 step closer to $100,000.
Chile's Barraza and her corner woman, Gloria Bravo.
Oh,
now
right
this
there.
is where Barraza wants it.
Yep. Barraza comfortable there, but remember what Mlambo said. He's also a mixed martial artist, going for a slamming his way out of this armbar.
Look at that armbar, Martin. It could be very dangerous waters for Mlambo.
He can just get that elbow out, which it looks like he has. I don't think Barraza has it anymore. No, he doesn't. And now he's on the bottom there. He might be where Mlambo wants. Lands a couple shots. Now Mlambo going for a little choke of his own right here. He's got, he almost has it in. He's got, oh, that is a neck crank. Really vicious right there. Mlambo using it to control.
I'm sure Barraza's going to turn his posture, body posture, to get away from this. He does have his chin down, making it difficult.
Very controlled position. Okay, he lets it up, but he's got the back, raining down some punches right here. Great display by Mlambo.
Very dangerous situation for Barraza if he wants to continue this fairy tale. He needs to wake up. He has less than 3 minutes to go.
Right now, both men up there, exciting right there. But Mlambo now, Barraza looks a little tired from that, working his way out of that. Mlambo very relaxed, getting his range.
If Barraza were to win this Copa Combate, it'll be sweeter than the wedding cake they had.
And Mlambo would like to bring home $100,000
and better
in gold.
than a honeymoon, because I'm taking home $100,000.
Yeah.
And how beautiful it would be that you have your significant other. She knows you better than anyone else, telling you what to do.
I can't imagine if that was my wife in the corner right there. I don't know if she'd want to do it, but I know I can hear her and she's cheering them on right now. But man, both men not giving up easy. Barraza now coming with some strikes.
Seen already 2 attempts of the Superman punch. We've seen some spinning back fists. Barraza does want to put an end to this fight. Mlambo, though, I still want to see. He said, I am able to finish, and we've seen in previous competition that he does have the power, but is he being cautious because this is a tournament?
Well, that didn't look cautious right there. I think Mlambo is trying to pull him in to a striking game. I think he might know. He's a little ahead right now, probably on the cards. And man, he's looking at counterpunch. Boom, there it was. A little knee, a little shot again, and now.
And
he's got to get that arm in, get out of those double underhooks.
And Mlambo switching stance, if you saw there, that inner exchange.
Yeah, very technical.
And if you look at his movement, one important thing to point out, Martin, is he does train at the SBGI. He's partnered with Conor McGregor, and we are seeing some of those movements here tonight.
Oh, without a doubt, and I've watched some of those sparring sessions, and he is razor sharp. We got a minute left. Barraza's got to do something here, I believe. He's either got to land a very significant punch, but yeah, right now Mlambo is backing him up. Barraza looks a little bit tired right now.
And Martin, how much of a difference does that do with that stance? Does that throw your opponent off instead of your typical?
Oh, we'll see how he's switching from orthodox to southpaw. Very difficult to defend. And right there, Mlambo just putting some leather on Barraza's head right there.
As we're carrying on now, the final 30 seconds of the semifinals. You can tell he's very confident.
Yeah,
look at his posture.
He's got a little Conor going right here. But
doesn't that just make you mad as in there, Martin?
Well,
he's taunting you.
It can also make you make a mistake. And hey, Conor's shown that off a lot before too. So Mlambo using it to his advantage. And boom, there's a big counter strike. He's waiting for that now.
Great 1-2, and Barraza said, let's bring it, let's go.
10 seconds.
We got 10 seconds.
More to go. Let's see somebody throw something. Man, hands down for Mlambo, challenging Barraza, saying, give me something, throw at me.
A confident Irishman
finish right
to
there.
finish the fight. We go to the official result. Lupe Contreras, who moves on to the finals? Chile or Ireland? We're about to find out. Oh, it's all about the drama, the intensity. Mlambo looked very confident compared to that quarterfinal fight he had against Peru's Zarauz. Martin, lead us to it.
Yeah, so right there, this is an armbar escape attempt by Mlambo that he turned into an opportunity to rain down some strikes, get the back of Barraza there too, but definitely, without a doubt, I think the Irishman put his stamp on this one, and he was not controlled, got to use his range and land those big counter strikes like that one right there. That, man, I think he just punched his ticket to the final.
And now we go to the official result to Lupe Contreras.
Los tres jueces entregan tarjetas idénticas de 10-9. All 3 judges turn in identical scores of 10-9 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. And moving on to the finals a favor del vencedor por decisión unánime y avanzando a la gran final de Copa Combate. From Ireland, the Black Mamba, FRANZ Mlambo.
Ireland, Irish men and women, you can breathe. Mlambo is going to the finals. We could potentially have our first winner from Europe here in the Copa Combate. We're about to find out as our last semifinals is up next. And there we have it, Cordero and Muniz. Spain versus the United States, as we're about to get to know these men. Coming up first, Muniz. Let's take a look.
Yo inicié en MMA porque siempre era un chico que me metía en deportes. Podía hacer un poco de dinero peleando. Ahorita vivo en Pennsylvania, trabajo en New York y los gimnasios a los que voy es en New Jersey. En total, eso es más de 6 horas manejando, pero es un sacrificio que estoy dispuesto a hacer por mi familia. Mi trabajo es básicamente construcción en edificios grandes. Me gusta la adrenalina que recibo cuando miro hacia abajo. Se acerca casi a la adrenalina de pelear. No es lo mismo, pero se acerca. Mis hijos son bien motivados porque ellos también entrenan, mi esposa entrena, compartimos como una familia, nos une, es algo que viene de familia, so cuando ellos me ven peleando, ellos se sienten muy orgullosos. Yo soy más un striker, soy un peleador profesional, sé hacer jiu-jitsu, wrestling, si ven mis peleas...
¡Oh! Una vez más esa mano derecha peligrosa. ¡Oh!
Todo es strike.
La verdad que vivir en Gran Canaria es una maravilla. El clima todo el año es bueno, pues se puede entrenar bien, no te ves incómodo. La verdad que hay también un montón de sitios bonitos donde entrenar. Aparte de entrenar, que es mi trabajo, soy amarrador. Se basa en cuando los barcos llegan a puerto, vale recibido. Lo que viene siendo el heavy light para amarrar los cabos. Si no son muy grandes, suelen ser 2 largos y un sprint, o 2 sprints y 2 largos, depende de lo que marque también el práctico de a bordo del barco. Si ganas el torneo, lo primero sería intentar comprar una casa para mis hijos, ya que mi meta es dejarle una casa a cada uno de mis hijos. Pues para llegar a ser el mejor, entreno como ninguno. Me gusta mucho el golpeo. Yo creo que soy más striker que otra cosa. Por eso quiero pelear contra los mejores, para llegar a ser el mejor.
As we take a look at the head-to-head between Muniz and Cordero. Muniz a little bit older at 31 and 22 for Cordero. Let's see if age is a difference here in this bout, but I want to say that perhaps the damage taken in that quarterfinals, but we're about to find out as we go. For the official introduction, Luper Contreras.
Continuamos con mucha más acción, una vuelta de 5 minutos en la división peso gallo. We continue with much more action. 5-minute round in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Vicente Rodríguez, Lorenzo Toledo, and Richard Green. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando la esquina azul, vestido de blanco, presenting the blue corner, wearing white. Marcó un peso oficial de 134 libras y media. He registered an official 134.5 pounds. Su récord profesional, 7 victorias y 1 derrota. His pro record, 7 victories against 1 defeat. Toma su posición en las semifinales con una victoria por knockout técnico. He takes his place in the semifinals with a TKO victory. Fighting out of Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania, USA, Leodegario, the Executioner Muniz. Su contrario en la esquina roja, vestido de amarillo. His opponent in the red corner, wearing yellow, su peso oficial, 136 libras, his official weight, 136 pounds. Con un récord profesional de 13 victorias y 2 derrotas, with a pro record of 13 victories against 2 losses. Llega a las semifinales con una victoria por decisión dividida. He reaches the semifinals with a victory by way of split decision. De Gran Canarias, España, Kevin Cordero. El referee, Alana Vélez.
All right, guys, you've had the instructions already. Remember, this is still 1 5-minute round. No knees or elbows to the head. Got it? If you want to touch them up again, go ahead. Come out fight. Judge.
And you heard it, Alan Abelis. No knees or elbows in this 1 5-minute round. Cordero representing Spain in the yellow, and Muniz in the white representing the United States. Could be a historic moment this evening, perhaps two countries from Europe facing each other, or it could be the United States versus Ireland. We're about to find out. We'd love to hear from you on their socials. What's your bracket? What's your prediction? And also, we got great gear. Shop.combateglobal.com. You've seen some of the great merch that our fighters have been wearing, and it might be a quick ending here for Muniz, Martin.
Well, both of these guys like to bang. They both said it, and they have both landed shots right now. Yeah, this one, I don't know if it's going to the ground, but man, Cordero looks sharper.
Unlike the first bout that Cordero had, Ramos' game plan was to take him to the ground, but Muniz is not having any of that. He wants to strike.
Well, right now, Cordero's winning the kick game, too, so that's going to soften up that leg. But, boom, Muniz throwing that big right, which took out the Frenchman earlier in the tournament.
Beautiful 1-2 combination from Muniz. And switching stance in Cordero very rapidly, too.
Well, both guys finding their range by switching that up. It gets confusing to actually defend, but right now they're feeling each other out. We're 1:30 into the action, and I think there's going to be a big strike landed by somebody.
But when that feeling out, right, that doesn't really come to play in a 1 5-minute round. You could do that when you have a 3 5-minute round fight, but the clock is ticking here.
Exactly, Rodolfo. They've got to be very cognizant. Hey, another nice crisp shot landed by Leo right there. So, ooh, but come back right there.
Great uppercut from Cordero. There's no shyness from both these men as they're striking.
Each guy's brought a lot of energy to the La Jaula today. But man, you saw that body shot that was landed by Cordero too. Those will take it out of you.
So far, a strike fest in this last semifinals to find out who is going to take on FRANZ Mlambo in the finals.
Nice jab again.
Oh, and Muniz got clocked. Cordero targeting, really being cautious where he's going to land. Well, one thing we can see, Martin, is the damage that he took from Pierre. Muniz didn't do much enough. He came back with a lot of action, a lot of ammo.
And we've got half a round left, both men landing. Again, I would not want to be a judge in this one if it doesn't end sharply.
Great jab from Muniz. I'm surprised Cordero has not tested the ground game, knowing that he has most of his victories coming by way of submission. Now that switch stance, Martin, if you could take us in there breaking up a little bit, that's very Muay Thai-ish style.
Yeah, right there when he's raising the knees like that one, you're able to defend against kicks, but you're also closing the distance, just like he did right there, to land some shots. Ooh, and he's landing some big shots on Leo right now.
Holy cow, Jesus. You can see the action, the back and forth. This is Copa Combate 2021 MMA, mucha más acción, much more action in the semifinals. If that's what we are getting in the semifinals, imagine what we're going to get in the finals.
That jab is working for Leo right now, but then Kevin just keeps bringing it forward. Neither man backing down. 1:30 left to see who's going to go to the final. Will it be all Europe or will it be USA versus Ireland?
No one is taking any precautions here. They're all going, pushing the foot to the metal as less than 1 minute and 15 seconds left in this only 5-minute round semifinals of Copa Combate.
Right now, both men finding the range. The Spaniard taking the center of the ring, still pressing the action. Leo counter-punching good, but we've got only a minute left.
You have to pull the trigger, but at the same time, you have to be cautious. Remember, you still have now 15 minutes if you make it to the finals. How much damage do you want to take? Do you go in cruise control or do you push the trigger?
Well, there's no cruise control right here. Cordero is throwing the leather and he's landing hard on Leo. Leo is taking that damage and you can see it. It's starting to soften him up. This is a problem for him this last 30 seconds. He's on his heels.
Less than 30 seconds to go. Will it be Spain? Will it be the United States? We don't know. Anything can happen, but one man does know he's moving forward, and that is FRANZ Mlambo of Ireland, and he is watching this fight closely because one of these two will be headed down his way to compete inside La Jaula.
10 seconds left. Let's see who's going to throw here. They're both banging. This is what it's... Oh!
Boy!
And that...
Oh! Jesus Christ.
Solid finish.
Nighty-night for Leo Muniz. Kevin Cordero moving to the finals in an awesome, fashionable way.
And and showing respect for his opponent right now, too. You can see the concern on his face. We got to see what happened there with Leo.
Fight fans, we had a European tournament earlier this year, but this Copa Combate will be between Spain and Ireland.
Woo. I hope that these guys, Mlambo and Cordero, power in their hands, both with knockout power, well-versed on the ground, and this is going to be 3 fights this time, and elbows are legal.
We go to the official result for Lupe Competes in just a few after the break. We now know it's going to be Spain versus Ireland. Kevin Cordero knocking out the United States. Leo Muniz, thank goodness he is fine. But Cordero showing respect to his opponent, and what a great way to finish off that last semifinals, Martin. It was a back and forth in those last 10 seconds, but it built up slowly.
But neither man held back. I think that was impressive. Leo's got nothing to be ashamed of there. They gave it all for that whole 5 minutes, and it was just fierce. Both men trading, but then you can see that Cordero started to overpower Leo. Leo on his heels, taking a lot of punishment, and then eventually, right here, boom, there it is, and it's lights out.
He's going to be feeling that one tomorrow night, or tomorrow daytime for that being said. Cordero moving into the finals, Ireland versus Spain. Sorry, United States, you're not moving forward to the finals. This is Copa Combate, the first time we have 2 European countries going at it toe-to-toe in the finals with Kevin Cordero and FRANZ Mlambo. This is a nail biter, and just look at him stand in la jaula. Fisher result, Lupe
Con un
Contreras.
tiempo oficial de 4 minutos 57 segundos. This bout concludes with an official time of 4 minutes 57 seconds. Your winner, moving on to the finals by way of KO, el vencedor, avanzando a la final por la vía del knockout de España, Kevin Cordero.
Congratulations, Spain, but it's not over yet. Ireland awaits. We have a battle between 2 European countries inside La Jaula in the 2021, the 4th edition of Copa Combate. Leo Muniz picking up the pace here. And look at the bracket here. If this was your predictions, man, I want to know you, because I can win a whole lot of money in Vegas. But let's take a look here at the finals. Mlambo and Cordero. In a way, if you look at it in a paper, we kind of anticipated this finals, but never say never here in Copa Combate. Anything can happen. We're about to find out in just a few how this ends as we come back after this break. And there are the beautiful city of Miami, the Miami River to be exact. A beautiful shot there to the city that has been home to Combate Global and Copa Combate 2021 this year, with much more action is set to take place next year, as we see the head-to-head coming up next between these 2 ladies, Adames and Gallardo. But it seems like we have their mistake, as we're going to have the other female bout approaching in just a few, as we anticipate. And the females here have been leading the way with a lot of energy and action inside La Jaula.
5 minutos, 3 jueces utilizando el sistema de 10 puntos. Este duelo a un peso pactado a 131 libras, this bout, at a catch weight of 131 pounds. Los jueces son, the judges are Lorenzo Toledo, Richard Green y John Rupert. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando en la esquina azul, vestida de color rosa, introducing the blue corner, wearing pink. Su peso oficial, 130 libras y media. Her official weight, 130.5 pounds. Entra por 7ª ocasión a la jaula, con 4 victorias y 2 derrotas. She enters la jaula for the 7th time as a professional, with 4 victories against 2 losses. Fighting out of San Diego, California, Tyler Southside Schaefer. Su contraria en la esquina roja, vestida de azul, Her opponent in the red corner, wearing blue, detuvo la báscula a un peso idéntico de 130 libras y media. She tipped the scales at an identical 130.5 pounds. Entra por segunda vez a la jaula con récord de una victoria. De Tucson, Arizona, ROSSELYN Chula Chavira. El referee, Raúl Porrata.
To the center, al centro. Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Obedezcan mis órdenes y procesen en todos momentos. Touch gloves now if you wish. Back to your corners.
Raúl Porrata, the third man in La Jaula in blue. ROSSELYN Chavira. Tyler Schaefer in the red. As we get to see a featured women's bout between these two ladies. They walked in at a very introductory here. This is a big stage for both these females making their debut inside La Jaula in Combate Global. You got the lights, you got the cameras, you got all these eyeballs watching on you, Martin. If this is your debut in such a large promotion like Combate Global, doesn't matter how many amateur fights you had, maybe you had your one professional fight, but it changes the game, and there's also different rules. Because in amateur level, sometimes you have to wear all the shin guards, even headgear sometimes, but things change around when you go to the pro levels.
Oh, and when it's just the pros, you're going to put some pressure on yourself. Where Schaefer right here, her pro debut, ROSSELYN only with one professional fight. And as you can see right now, they're both taking it tentative, feeling each other out a little bit. But interesting, the Mexican representative, she was an Arizona Golden Gloves state champion. And Schaefer, really interesting, was a BMX champion as well, which now an Olympic sport. But we're going to see which one's more important. What do you think, Rodolfo?
We got a
BMX or boxing?
A boxing champion and a BMX champion. I'm sure there's some sort of physical movements that you can use in MMA here when you come on BMX, right? Balance. You got to have balance to be a good fighter.
Got to be fearless, maybe a little bit too.
So you can't be afraid of pulling the trigger with your shots and going inside the pocket. This ladies' bout is a super fight at 130 pounds. And one thing to note here, that ROSSELYN, such a great backstory, a single mother, now has a boyfriend, has had her challenges, but nonetheless, she kept competing in mixed martial arts. It's something that she has a lot of passion for, and she has made it to the big leagues here this evening on such a great event. The final one for Combate Global 2021. Wild to see that we have 30 events this year. And we might have just a little bit more next year, 2022, just teasing that for you so you guys can make it. Put it on your Google calendars. Make that reminder that we have much more action for you in 2022 as we'll kick off the year with some great competition. And as Campbell McLaurin says, listen, we like them young here. You're going to see some of these fighters just build their career, fix their game, and become studs like we've seen so far in this tournament with Kevin Cordero and FRANZ Mlambo, who will be meeting in the finals in just a few. But now these ladies going toe-to-toe. Tyler, a background of Filipino. Her grandmother actually has a background of Filipino. Her grandfather having a German background. She says that, listen, I want to keep my Philippine or Asian background tradition alive. She said she was raised in a Filipino household where all she ate was Filipino food, and the customs as such as taking off your shoes before you enter the house. And to this day, she wants to pass that along to her children one day.
Well, hey, this is what Combate Global is all about. It's a celebration of so many different cultures and countries. And but what I wish is a celebration is we're 3.5 minutes in. Hey, right now, one of these women needs to land some significant strikes. Right now, very difficult for the judges to call. And I get it, but we've had our feeling out section right here. Okay, there we go. A little shot right there from Chavira. But
carry on the last minute of this first round. This is a 3-round, 5-minute fight. And we get your usual, at times, right, feeling out the fight. So perhaps this will pick pace in the second and third round. There you go, some exchanges between the two females going at it.
And remember, sticking with us, this is just giving the other fighters an opportunity to rest from the tournament. Imagine fighting 3 times in one night. So Mlambo and Cordero right now, even though you can't see them, they are trying their best to recover and get a game plan together with their coaches for now 3 fives where everything goes. And man, I can't wait to see that one after this super fight.
Chavira in blue, red, Tyler. Great teep from Tyler. ROSSELYN follows back, about to hit the 10-second mark. Big stage for these ladies. What do they have? What can they prove? We'll find out in the second round of this bout. Coming up next. Huge opportunity for these ladies. Schaefer in the red, Chavira in the blue. Going at it inside La Jaula. We saw the first round, Martin. This is an opportunity to pick up the pace in the middle of this fight. This is the burger in. This is the actual meat in the burger.
Well, right now, hey, we know that Schaefer got that first. If there's any ring jitters, or they are gone right now. And now, if I am her, I'm going to try to start throwing some of that leather and try to make an impact, because right now, if either woman doesn't do it and leaves it to the judges, anything, as we learned tonight, can happen.
Tyler trains with the Premier Fight and Fitness, 10th Planet South Bay in Azteca, San Diego Boxing. As you mentioned earlier on, Martin, Chavira has that boxing background, training with the Dominant Fitness and MMA in Tucson, Arizona, where Combate has held a couple of events out there, so hello to Arizona. She studied administration for healthcare at PIMA, P-I-M-A Medical Institute. And when she's not into gym training, she's either singing or painting with acrylics. She works for a community school. Hard worker there. It's such a great background with all of our fighters here in Combate. They have such a great trajectory. Just not in fight. The challenges that they face. At the end of the day, they got to keep the light bill on, right? And this is a dream that they have. There's going to be ups and downs, but you have to keep training. For example, I spoke to Chavira. She said, I sometimes train 3 to 4 times a day. I keep a job. I have a child. Where do you balance your time?
Well, and this is something a lot of people don't recognize, that MMA has to be a passion, a true love, and it requires so much dedication, so many days and times per day of training, that when you see these fighters in there, they're giving it their all, and it is not often for big money. So, and right now, if I would call this one, Chavira has landed a little more of the significant strikes, but they're both almost staying out of range. There you go, there's that jab again, but staying a little out of range to allow some of those to land.
But one thing that our boss likes, El Jefe, Mr. Cameron McLaurin, is he likes the MMA. He likes the action, and he is keeping a close eye as he is Jaula side. So if you want to impress the boss and come back in 2021, these ladies need to put the pedal to the metal and show us some action here. Well, that's what Combate is all about.
Halfway through this round, again, I could give it to either fighter, but without a doubt, do not forget, Mlambo right now, Cordero right now, trying their best to recover for this tournament. And if you see right now, there's some blood trickling out of the nose of Schaefer. She's been absorbing some of those jabs, but throwing some leather of her own.
Schaefer, you can see her boxing stance, how she threw in and used the shoulder to block the punches from Schaefer. But you got to put the pace. You got to push the pace here. This is the second round. Great opportunity for you. We've seen the competition, the high caliber of fighters that compete inside La Jaula, and it's almost as a setup. You want to bring the same energy. You want to bring the same action.
Well, right now they're content to stay slightly out of striking range, if you notice, where if somebody could press that action, shoot in perhaps for a takedown, get an opportunity on the ground. But I don't know if we're going to see that, because these are two strikers, and they're very content right now to keep banging. And sometimes, as a fight develops, you just get into a rhythm, and right now their rhythm is just keeping the distance, throwing. But again, Tyler, you can see she's absorbing. So, oh, there we go, a little teep kick. But Chavira right back up and right back to it.
Martin, Chavira keeps moving along, great footwork, but doesn't do much with it.
Well, she's got that boxing background, and what's interesting is boxing sometimes is also not getting hit. She's doing a good job of that. She hasn't absorbed any significant strikes.
I.e. Floyd Mayweather,
yeah,
right?
But unfortunately, she is also not closing the distance, more on her heels if you notice. And it's gonna be difficult to score or to land serious damage.
Less than 30 seconds to go in this second round of Schaefer versus Chavira. Biggest opportunity for these ladies inside La Jaula.
And let's not forget, the biggest opportunity tonight is $100,000 on the line after this round and the next round after that.
Well, we still have one round left. What's going to happen? We'll find out next after the break. Final round for Schaefer and Chavira. 5 minutes left in this competition. Martin, if we were to look at the first and second round, none of these ladies really put the foot on the accelerator. They have 5 minutes to show their skills. This is a huge opportunity. If I was in the corner, or if you were in the corner, Martin, what would you be telling Schaefer or Chavira?
Right now, I would be saying close the distance. We got to land some shots. We got to get inside of that range and make something happen. Right now, I would say the edge, in my mind, is to Chavira, but only slightly, because I feel she's landed a few more of the significant strikes. But I don't know how the judges may see it right now, and if you see, it's just continued for them to be dancing, if you will, without closing that gap where they're throwing strikes. But I have a feeling that it's the significance of them is going to be a very low percentage tonight when we see those stats.
And we have seen the results left to the judges' hand. Sometimes they have ended in controversy. So if I were these ladies, and I've been keeping an eye on what's been happening tonight, I don't want to leave it to those men and women to decide the final result of this fight. Interesting note here for Schaefer. She has such a great story and motivation. She lost her sister, her baby sister, at a very young age. 7 years old her sister was. She lost the battle with cancer, and she said she dedicates all her fights to her sister. And that takes a lot. To go inside that cage, think of someone that you lost. We've all faced this in 2020, 2021. We've all had our challenges. Some of us, unfortunately, have lost a loved one or a friend. And to come in here for Tyler to dedicate these fights, I mean, that just lights you up.
Well, hey, a fight is adversity, and you face it, but hey, do not forget that these athletes are human beings outside of it as well. And man, the stories that we've heard from all the fighters in this tournament and on this card today have just been powerful. And with less than 3 minutes remaining, the opportunities are both available for either fighter here, I believe, to still win this thing. But I really do believe Tyler's got to get on her horse right now and make something happen, even if it's just the blood right now influencing the judges, because she looks like she's absorbed more damage. Man, it's time for either a shot or to really start throwing some more punches.
Well, they want to finish off this fight in Combate fashion. They have less than 2 minutes and a half to go. Chavira pushing in that pace, showing in that golden glove skill to work. Schaefer busted open.
Yeah, a lot of feinting, a lot of movement. You can see the boxing, the technique. She took one right there, though.
Schaefer, nice combination, the 1-2.
And do not forget, 2 minutes left in this, but the big fight is ahead for the Copa for $100,000, an all-European final. Ireland versus Spain, Mlambo versus Cordero. If you're not excited about that, put your finger on your neck and check your pulse.
If you can hear the corner of Chavira, they're telling her, use that jab, use that jab. And Martin, the jab is so effective.
Oh, that's
It's
it. There it is.
boxing.
Yeah, right
and
there.
it is. Use that jab. It could go a long way if you have a strong jab.
Well,
It
people
just
don't
sets you up for
realize
everything.
the force that you put in there. It doesn't have to be that big haymaker. It's the shortest distance to the face. And to be honest, Chavira has won this fight on that jab tonight.
It's just that setup. Once you hit that, connect that jab, you could just have a field day. Follow up with some hooks, some body shots, but you're just setting it up.
Well, 1 minute remaining. Both women still content to just stand in the center.
Chavira in the blue, Schaefer in the red. Both these women, they have reached now less than a minute to go. The way it's going, Martin, it seems that the result will be left to the judges. And after this bout, reminder, the finals is on deck. Cordero versus Mlambo. Ireland versus Spain. The Irish, the Spaniard, take out your flags and wave them proudly. Less than 20 seconds to go, Chavira. Schaefer. Big opportunity. Who did enough? Who will come out with a win? We will find out after the break if we get the official results from Contreras after the break.
Toledo scores at 29-28 in favor of Chavira. El juez Rupert, 29-28 a favor de Schaefer. Judge Rupert scores it 29-28 in favor of Schaefer. Y el juez Green marcó 29-28. Judge Green scored it 29-28 in favor of the winner by way of split decision. A favor de la ganadora por decisión dividida. ROSSELYN
A breath of fresh air for ROSSELYN Chavira as she takes on the split decision, taking on Tyler Schaefer. And now we are setting you up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the moment that we have all been waiting for. Spain, Ireland in the finals. Copa Combate 2021, the conclusion, up next. And there is the wonderful shot of Miami. There is the FTX Arena, the Freedom Towers, the FTX Arena home to the Miami Heat. But tonight, Miami is home to Copa Combate, and we have reached the finals. Ireland versus Spain. This is for all the marbles, Mlambo and Cordero. The age difference there is evident, 30 for Mlambo, 22 for Cordero. The 5'2" height advantage for Mlambo compared to the 5'8" of Cordero. But the reach is one thing to note. With the official introduction, we go to Lupe Contreras.
Esta es la gran final de Copa Combate, 3 vueltas división peso gallo. These are the finals of Copa Combate, 3 rounds in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are John Rupert, Vicente Rodríguez and Lorenzo Toledo. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina azul, vestido de color naranja. In the blue corner, wearing orange, su peso oficial, 135 libras y un cuarto is official weight, 135 1/4 pounds. A nivel profesional, mantiene un récord de 12 victorias y 5 derrotas. He enters la jaula with a record of 12 victories against 5 losses. He takes his place in the finals with a victory by way of unanimous decision. Toma su posición en la final con una victoria por decisión unánime. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, the Black Mamba, FRANZ Mlambo. En la esquina roja, vestido de amarillo, in the red corner, wearing yellow, marcó un peso oficial de 136 libras. He registered an official 136 pounds. Su récord profesional, 14 victorias y 2 derrotas. His pro record, 14 victories against 2 losses. He enters the finals with a victory by way of KO. entra a las finales con una victoria por nocaut. De Las Palmas, Gran Canaria, España, Kevin Cordero. El referee, Raúl Porrata.
Center. This is the final. We're allowing elbows and knees. Dejamos codos y rodillazos. Okay? Quiero una pelea limpia. I want a clean fight. Touch gloves now. Back to your corners.
This is it, Martin. The finals, Mlambo representing Ireland. And on the opposite side of the jaula, Kevin Cordero representing Spain. This is the finals, Copa Combate. Who's going to hoist the country's flag with pride and walk out with $100,000? Now, elbows, knees, a full-fledged 3-5-minute round is what you're going to get, Martin. If you don't feel the chills, you're not human.
I am excited for this one. Each fighter had a very similar road to the final. A grappling match for their first fight, a striking session for the second. And I think these guys have power in their hands. I don't know if it's going to go the distance, but I know these guys are ready to swing for that money.
France, Ireland were the two new countries part of Copa Combate. Ireland making their way out to the finals, and Spain has already been in, but now we're going in exchange.
No love lost between the two European countries right here.
Well, at this point, Martin, there is no reason for you to be precautious. You have to swing $100,000, Copa Combate. You have the trophy looking at you right there, and then the biggest, heaviest trophy in all of sports, and the pride that you're able to put your flag hoisted up inside La Jaula. I mean, some of these men might be getting parades when they get back home.
Well, Canary Islands for sure. Don't forget. Oh! There's a big shot. He might be hurt.
Watch out, Mlambo's there.
Mlambo going for the choke, too. He may have it right here.
Choke.
He may have it.
Oh, boy, this could come
trying to get his hips forward. Mlambo controlling it.
Mlambo could secure $100,000 potentially. Cordero, he came in with no emotion, but he is in deep waters.
It is in deep right there. Mlambo, very thin arms too. Dangerous when you get those around the neck like that.
How do you resist this, Martin? You're in a really critical position here.
He's got to continue to push his shoulders forward. He's got to put weight against Mlambo.
His face is turning red.
But he's showing control, and now Mlambo has to be very careful not to expend way too much energy if he doesn't have it in there.
Now, the fact that Mlambo is right next to the cage does have any advantage for him.
It's getting tighter there, right there, though. This could, Mlambo could, the hands are off. Wow. So now we're going to see what happens here. Very impressive. Cordero's got to take some breaths here. Mlambo's going to push the action. There it is again. Another shot landed.
Hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. You're in for a nice
Cordero looks in trouble, I got to say right now.
Oh, this
he took
is better.
Some punishment. It's hard to withstand that submission attempt.
This is better than the Squid Games, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, there's another shot. Mlambo picking him off. Cordero in trouble at this point. Mlambo may smell blood in the water.
Martin, did Cordero come out of that position a little woozy?
I think so, and hey, when you have no oxygen going to your brain, that's going to happen. But Cordero getting his feet back under him right here. Very impressive. These guys are tough, high-level fighters, deserved to be in the final.
But are we seeing that same swagger that he had in the semifinals from Mlambo when he was taunting, or does he take Cordero a little bit more respected?
Right now, he has to, and he was in control of that other fight. Right now, this is a war. Third fight of the night. Don't forget, these guys have fought 3 times. They're absorbing punishment. Mlambo continues to land. The Spaniard pushing the pace.
A minute and a half left in this finals.
And don't forget, there's 2 more after this if they get through here. Oh,
tempted the spinning back fist.
But not a lot.
Nobody home.
Right there.
Cordero, we saw earlier on, he's a hard worker, works in the port, representing Las Palmas de Gran Canarias of Spain. He says that
Mlambo keeps teeing off. He's got that range, a little bit longer reach. He's waiting for it now.
He says that if we were to win those $100,000, one of his goals is to leave a home for his children.
Man, that right hand is just missing Cordero's got to be careful here.
He started mixed or martial arts, for that matter, thanks to his father. He got him involved training in martial arts.
Back kick by Mlambo, showing a full arsenal of skills. Cordero wanting to take a little breather here, close the distance, clinch up.
As far as Mlambo, he started as a boxer and he transitioned into mixed martial arts after falling in love with the diversity in this sport.
Less than 20 seconds to go. Oh, Cordero with a little throw there. Again, they're clinching up against the cage. This looks like it's going to go to round 2. 100,000 on the line for the Copa.
Hang on to your seats. We're headed to the second round of the finals of Copa Combate. Here we go, the second round of the finals. Ireland, Spain. Cordero taking a lot of damage in that first round. It almost seemed like Ireland had this finals in the pocket. But don't celebrate yet, Ireland. We still have 2 more rounds to go in the finals. And Martin, in between rounds, we saw Cordero's face damaged. Was he able to recover? Is that enough time, 1 minute?
1 minute is not a lot of time. And do not forget, this is the second round of this fight, but the 4th round that they are fighting tonight against 3 different men. You got to take your hats off to these guys to even enter a tournament like that. Right now, though, the pace, they're a little more controlled, getting their range on each other, but do not blink because something can happen quick with these 2 fighters.
You mentioned about the 4th fight that they are in this evening, but you have to remember that they have taken on 2 other opponents, different styles, different strategies.
They've shown the complete martial arts, mixed martial arts gamut tonight. We've seen grappling from these 2 fighters. We've seen submissions and submission escapes. Look at that. We're seeing some Muay Thai with the leg kicks, some great boxing and strikes. Oh, this is what it's all about right there.
And would you say that Mlambo had the advantage?
Oh,
because
Mlambo just took a shot right there. I don't know who's more hurt. Both guys stumbling.
Oh, they're just laying it all out there.
Cordero stumbling now too. Mlambo smells it. Cordero gets the takedown.
And now we get to see a takedown action. Cordero's, most of his victories have come by way by submission, but we saw this in the first round where Mlambo was searching for a guillotine choke.
Well, he doesn't have the correct body position to land it right there. He's got the arms locked, though. It's more pressure on Cordero's neck again, but his head's going to pop out just like it did right there. Now Cordero with a choke opportunity of his own.
It could be in. It could be in, Martin.
He's got to get that hand off of there. He's got to get that hand off.
Mlambo does have the chin, preventing him from locking it in. Maybe he might land his punches to stop
get the hand off. But Cordero in control right now. This is an opportunity not just to rest.
And Cordero's corner telling him, hey, relax, relax, take your time.
All right,
and he told him, there it is, that's the spot. Land there rear naked.
Okay, there it is. Now if he spins over, turns the hips, he could be on top. Oh, but Cordero doing a great job of controlling.
Ladies and gentlemen, Spain might take it. Great body lock.
Yeah, body lock is applied. Now that takes a tremendous amount of, puts a tremendous amount of pressure. Harder to breathe right there. Now, Mlambo's got to be very cautious. It's 2.5 minutes to go. He's got to defend that choke. He cannot allow both hands on there.
Mlambo has been submitted previously in his career. Now, I was going to point out that of these 2 men, Mlambo would have the advantage because he had a little bit of extra time to recover. Cordero was a really quick go to the back and come right back.
Well, both men well-versed in this place. They are both comfortable here. Both guys have expended tremendous energy today. Again, this is what it's all about, what they are showing. Now, hey, the judge saying you got to improve position here. Now, this would be unreal if he let them back up at this point with the advantageous position that Cordero has. And he's going for it again right here. Mlambo's still got a hand in there.
He's still searching for that choke. Mlambo, though, making it very difficult, keeping his chin down. One thing about Cordero, he's so deceiving because of his facial expression. He is busted open, well, you would never know because of his face just doesn't say that he's in pain.
And again, people have if you have no idea, this is just costing so much energy. You know there's $100,000 on the line. Cordero fishing for it. Mlambo trying to defend.
If I was Spain right now, I'll be waving that flag high and proud.
It's getting deeper in there. I can't see how his body is turned, but there's a minute left. There we go, he's still out. So a minute left here. The judge or the ref has a very difficult decision to make. Do we allow them to just stay there, which I can't imagine he's going to stand them up. And right now, Mlambo doing a great job defending, but this round has slipped away from him where I think he won the first one. Man, Cordero dominating right here in the second.
And that blood just dripping off Cordero's face. Probably happened in that exchange they had earlier on. How much could that play a role as we're now headed to the 30 seconds if we make it to the last and final round, Martin?
Well, it looks like where that cut is, that could be in his eyes. Right there, it is where we're seeing it right there. But I'll tell you what, it is these last 20 seconds. Now, Mlambo could do something here and just start posture up and start throwing.
Transition.
What an escape. Unbelievable.
Ireland, you can breathe. You have 5 more minutes to find out who's going to take home the Copa Combate. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The emotion, the chills. Ireland, Mlambo, Kevin Cordero, Spain, the respect. One of these men will hoist their flag proudly and walk out of the hala with $100,000 and take the largest, heaviest trophy in sports today. 5 minutes to go, less than that to go, Martin.
This round is going to decide it. It looks like a Rocky movie right now. If you look at Cordero's face, he has absorbed a lot of damage. Mlambo looks really relaxed after escaping a near submission over and over again. Holy cow. You can't see us right now, but we're on our feet. We want to see what's going to happen.
I just checked my pulse, and my iWatch is turned off. That's how high my pulse rate is, because the action here is truly non-stop. Mucho más acción. Much more action. That's what Combate Global is all about. And if you have an opportunity to watch what we have delivered in 2021, these tournaments have just been amazing.
Whoa, and a big swing from Mlambo right there. That could end it if he could land one of those. But big leg kick. Mlambo doing some damage. Again, this is their 5th round, 3rd fighter they're fighting. That is why they call it the toughest night in sports. And if you don't agree with that, I'd love to hear your argument.
And Mlambo in that break, showing his swagger, very confident. We really can't tell much about Cordero because he doesn't like to show his emotions, and we've seen it here tonight. He got clocked with a left hand. Mlambo, though, said, hey,
Mlambo gives it right back.
That's right.
Well, right now, hey, Kevin seems he's just staying back. Mlambo a little in control of this, getting his range, but man, it could just be one more takedown like that. Anything could happen at this point.
And if you're watching this right now, hit up on the socials, Combate Global. We also got some great merchandise available there. Check out combateglobal.com. Representing your country. We got shirts for each of the countries competing here tonight in Copa Combate.
Final 3 minutes, another shot landed. Cordero has absorbed a lot of punishment in this fight.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is truly a nail-biter. Cordero, could he pull it off?
Oh, both fighters landing.
This is it. This is it. Less than 2.5 minutes to go.
Halfway through the final round, and anybody could land right here. Either fighter. And right now, I can't say who's winning this round.
It is a crapshoot, to say the least.
Mlambo keeping the hands down, staying in the orthodox stance, landing those kicks. Cordero, a little bit backing up, staying controlled. His hand's a little lower than usual, too. Oh, but another shot landed with the left.
And that's a nice side kick from Mlambo.
Cordero bringing it, a little bit of energy right there. Oh,
now
both fighters landing.
That exchange between both men. They know what's at stake. And they're going to just go all out.
Under 2 minutes. Both fighters landing.
Martin, do you go for the Hail Mary here? Do you?
Well, they've been throwing Hail Marys this entire round right now. So
I mean, at this point, you got to go, right?
Absolutely. But a takedown right now by one of these fighters could completely sway things. I don't know if Cordero is thinking about
How
that.
much of a difference would a takedown make?
I think if Cordero or Mlambo got the back like we just saw in the last round, that could ice it. Because right now I have it at least 1-1. But I would say I would give right now Mlambo more of the significant strikes in this round. But man, it is very close.
Knowing what we've seen tonight with the judges, will that make a difference? Will that impress the judges if any of these men go for a takedown?
I think, ooh, big shot right there. I think the strikes, they've identified strikes are what's most important. In this last minute, we got to see who continues to land them. Woo! Do not forget that Cordero got a knockout with only seconds left in his last fight. But right now, we got 45 seconds.
Less than a minute to go. Who will take Copa Combate? Would it be Spain? Cordero wearing the yellow and red, representing his country. Will it be Mlambo wearing the Irish colors?
Both. Mlambo absorbed some shots. Cordero not giving in. Mlambo throwing back. Now he's landing.
Less than 20 seconds approaching now, and the end of this finals of Copa Combate 2021. This one is for the history books, ladies and gentlemen. Spain, Ireland, take out your flags, wave them proudly. Both these men have represented their countries.
Who's gonna get it?
Whoa! Oh, the chills. Here we go. Spain, Ireland, don't put your head down, because both these men represented you very proudly. They delivered inside La Jaula. If you're not feeling any chills, I don't know what you're drinking, I don't know what you're eating, but surely enough, you have to feel it, because both these men just laid it all out inside La Jaula as we take a look at the replay, Martin.
So right there again, Mlambo showing off the hands and the leg kick that almost bent over Cordero right there in that round. But Cordero throwing back too. Each fighter landing significant shots right there. Very difficult to call. But what a display of heart. There, Cordero landing. Then Cordero landing again. Mlambo landing, Cordero landing. It's the story of the night, but these guys laid it all on the line and put up a fight for the pleasure of the crowd. Right now, the Spaniards should be saying, are you not entertained?
Oh, they are entertained as we await the result. Who's gonna take and kiss that beautiful trophy? The heaviest, the largest in sports, all gold. Oh, we're about to find the result right now as we go to the voice, Mr. Lupe Contreras, to find out who takes home the trophy and $100,000.
Después de 3 vueltas de mucha más acción, esta es la decisión oficial. After 3 rounds of much more action, the official scorecard reads as follows. El juez Rupert anotó 29-28 a favor de Mlambo. Judge Rupert scores at 29-28 in favor of Mlambo. El juez Rodríguez 29-28 a favor de Cordero. Judge Rodriguez scores at 29-28 in favor of Cordero. Y el juez Toledo anotó 29-28. Judge Toledo scores it 29-28 for the winner by way of split decision. Para el vencedor por decisión dividida y ganador de $100,000 y Copa Combate. From Ireland, the Black Mamba.
The Irish men and women, take out your flags proudly, and even South Africa, because this was where this man was born. This concludes 2021 season of Combate Global. For Martin Rooney, Campbell McLaurin, Victor Begay, Art Izquierdo, Javier Gonzalez, Max Bretos, Tony Padilla, Mike Afrobowitz, the entire crew of Combate Global. This has been Rodolfo Roman. We will catch you in 2022. Happy New Year and stay safe. Cheers, everyone.